What is up, everybody? Welcome to another live stream video, wherever you're watching this, here on the Mixed by Mark Mozart channel. Where's the energy, Toby? There's the energy. All right.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Wow, David, that was really full of energy.
Thank you. We gotta keep it high energy, everybody.
Yeah, come on.
Okay, so Mark just left, so
We can do whatever.
we want.
Right.
We can chill. Man, this is pretty sweet.
But David, where's the difference? I mean, like, to when he's here.
No, we actually pretend to do work when Mark's around. And
Stop pulling inside jokes, David.
Sure, but that's all I do. Okay, so
You've been promoted recently. You are the chief meme officer, aren't you?
Oh yeah, I've got promoted to the CMO.
Yeah, he's
Didn't
the CMO
change
now.
anything about my income, but I mean, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. I'm not complaining. I'll take that.
You jump from title to title, and this is basically how you climb up the ladder.
Sure, call it whatever you want. All right, we got sound. Just gotta check that real quick.
Cool.
Because like I said, we are here by ourselves, and let's get serious for a second, because we're here, we're working.
Yes.
Most of the time, sometimes, however you want to look at it. But we do kind of have private lives, I would say.
Sometimes.
Sometimes a little bit. And Toby, what do you like to do in your free time? Go.
Thank you. Ooh, that's a difficult question, because like you just said, we hardly have any private life. Days off? No.
I mean, we choose not to. So
That's
nobody needs to feel sorry about it. But okay, so if you say, okay,
I enjoy strolling through Berlin, of course.
There you go. That's one.
I'm very into but between you and me, I'm very into urban exploring and shit.
Oh yeah, I've noticed.
You noticed, right?
I've noticed.
Whenever I'm here in Gießen,
Shout out Team Gießen. Yeah.
boop, boop, you know me, like at 9 in the evening, I go drop the mic and buzz off to some remote university places that are still not locked yet, and then I just...
Which is weird. First time I heard that, I didn't really believe it, that they just don't lock university buildings.
Well, maybe they do at 10, so I have the constant fear of being locked in. But,
which is fun.
Which would be fun, on the one hand. On the other hand, it would be really scary, because these endless floors, no light at all, sometimes scary sounds. Love it.
Creaks.
So this is what I do in my free time, and then I compose music based on that.
Oh.
Ghoulish, scary, dark.
We just hit a point.
Ambient.
Yeah, we just kind of hit a point that I wanted this live stream to be about, because whether you believe it or not, most of the people working here are actually quite interested in music. You might not believe that, but...
You're talking to me?
I'm talking to the audience, my dude. Cool.
Oh, yeah.
We all, I think, are interested in music in one way or another. Meech kind of has his DJ thing going on the side. Of course, Mark does whatever Mark does. That's kind of his thing.
Which is also music related?
Pretty much, yeah.
Right.
I would say a lot of what we do is music related, but we also still just like music. I think all of us listen to music, whether that's for research purposes or just for fun.
What's your preferred, music style? I've came across some ideas today, but
I think a lot of people say that they listen to a lot of different music, and
that's a very general answer.
That's a very general answer, so I don't want to give it, but I don't know what the better answer would be.
Your preferred style of music, like...
It really kind of
if
depends.
that was a speed dating situation. You want to impress me, and you go So what kind of
Well, I
music
mean,
you're
if I
listening
want to
to?
impress you,
Yes, please.
that's a
do
different.
impress me.
That's a different story. But
Huh?
if I don't know, if I wanted to impress you, I would probably just guess whatever your favorite style was, and then just say that.
So you mimic like your
Your opposite, yeah.
yeah, right.
But if I was being honest about it,
Yeah, be honest.
there's
For
I don't
once.
know. I
Be
like
honest.
good songwriting, and I like good production, and I like performances that capture you in some emotional way,
Mm-hmm.
whatever that may be to you personally and to me. And I've listened to a what was it again? Like speed metal. Not really speed metal, but it's
The track you listened to today, right? The
Mhm.
one. Yeah. Was it? Giving names to genres is a thing. It was a lot of drums, shouting,
Oh yeah.
guitars, distorted guitars,
Yep.
and yeah. So that was quite intense indeed.
Yeah, but then if you go through my Spotify playlist, right after that track is I think 12 Dozen Roses, which is like I think a 90s country ballad.
Mm-hmm.
And right after that it might jump to like a jazz cover from the 2000s.
And what was that jazz tune we had with that crazy
Rhythmic
Yeah.
structure and stuff. That was Time Alone with You by Jacob Collier and another dude, I forget. Daniel Caesar, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And but those are all songs that to me capture me in some way. So when I hear a song and I don't connect with it, I don't really care what genre it is in.
Mm-hmm.
But when I do hear a song that I connect with, for example, that Jacob Collier song you just mentioned,
Yep.
I think the songwriting is great. It's actually very simple when you
Mhm.
listen to the melody and the words. Pretty romantic song. But then on the other hand, the production is crazy because it's Jacob Collier, and there's always going to be something new every 3 seconds, and that's what I like personally. And
I do
yeah.
have to admit it was so not predictable, so not a pop track,
Yeah.
if you will. Yes.
I think the songwriting is very pop.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think if you break it down to melody, rhythm, chords, you got a pretty strong like hip hop 2 and 4 feel, and then a pretty simple melody over it. So if you break it down like that, I think it's a very simple track,
Mm-hmm.
but it doesn't sound like a very simple and basic track.
Okay.
And on the other hand, what's also cool is when some people take very complicated music but make it sound super simple. It's also something.
Oh yeah,
I
I
really
do like that a lot. Yes.
And so something I want to get into a little bit more is we don't just like listening to music, we also make music.
Yeah, we do. And let me just add, David, how do you feel about that? Since we also make music, isn't it sometimes hard to simply listen to a track without asking yourself, well, how did he or she do this? Simply enjoying music because of music being music.
I think it changes throughout the years, because when you don't know nothing about music, you listen to it, what you like it or not. You don't know why you like it. You don't really know why you don't like it. You just kind of like it pulls you in or it doesn't.
Right,
I would say.
which is a situation. Sometimes I miss that. I miss that simple excitement of it's just nice. I don't know why, and I also don't care. I don't want to explain it to myself, but it's too late. I'm already trying to figure it out.
Yeah, and so once you get into music, I think you're always, and some people might be able to turn it off, that analytical side of your brain, but I think that is very hard.
Yeah.
I don't have the experience to be able to say, you know what, I'm gonna sit down, I'm just gonna listen to it emotionally. And I think even that is like analyzing it when you have to force yourself to listen to it only on an emotional level.
Yeah, this is like, don't think about the yellow elephants with green dots on it. It's too late. There we go.
There you go. And as soon as you start thinking about it, you're kind of breaking it down in some way. But on the other hand, I also don't know if it's a bad thing when you kind of analyze it a little bit. It's like, why do I like this? Why don't I like this? And you start seeing patterns.
Right. It is somehow, getting it's like getting to know yourself a bit better. This is part of just
Yeah,
like
I think that's a good way.
when you
to
know
put
what
it.
pulls your triggers, then you can look for more tracks like this, right?
That is true. So that's actually, I think, a very good point. If you don't know why you like something, how are you gonna like look for specific stuff that you like? You might come across something,
Yeah, randomly.
or you become like a super fan of a band because you know their style, you know their sound, and I think that's why fans get so pissed off when bands change.
Oh yes, but it's the band's right to change. Actually, it's the basic human right to
Of
evolve.
course, it's their
right?
band. So
Right. Yeah, but sometimes, I'm hardcore. I used to be very much of a Depeche Mode fan.
no, I think you still are.
I still like them, but
I'm just gonna turn you up a little bit. I think.
turn me up.
Turn up,
Speak up, Toby.
Shy Toby.
Hello there. So, hope that's better.
Yeah, I hope so too.
And I've come across a lot of Depeche Mode fans that say, all right, yeah, it's still the band and it's still the crew, but I don't want to listen to the latest songs they made. I just want to listen to the first 2 or 3 albums, which kind of is denying evolution. I don't like that. So, well, it's okay for everybody individually, but
I also think that it's a band's right to change,
so much.
but it's always also like the consumer's right to say, you know what,
to
I like
choose.
their first
Right.
2 albums the best, so that's what I'm going to keep listening
Right.
to.
But I'm very interested in that. What made you connect with the band at that moment?
In the first place, yep.
Yes.
That is very true. And so where I started to take in this and
yeah.
is so we also like making music, and you brought up the point of like analyzing music and why you like something, why you don't like something.
Yeah.
And let's get into why do we like producing music?
That's a nice question.
I think that's a very deep question. So
It's very deep.
It's very deep.
Very personal.
Very personal.
Personally, why do I like making music?
Producing, making, playing, whatever it is you're doing. Writing.
Well, I get goosebumps whenever I hear good music, and there's sometimes so many emotions that I can't express with words. So I came across music as a better way of expressing myself and really, getting goosebumps just from good music and actually being able to make that by myself. That's a thing.
Do that by yourself, kind of. I think it's like if you're really passionate about painting and you see a great painting and I was like, man, I wish I could paint like that.
And basically you can. It may take that famous number 10,000 hours of practice at least, but eventually you can.
More
and more
for a lot of things,
right? I mean, let's stick with that painting example. That painting on the wall there may be the result of years and years of practice, right?
Yep.
Just like producing and mixing, it just does not come overnight.
Nope, it does not. And whether it is, whether it's playing an instrument that you just picked up, I taught guitar for a couple of years.
You taught guitar.
I taught guitar.
So you of course you took lessons and then also you taught.
Yeah.
So for how many years have you been learning playing the guitar?
Ooh, that's a tough one. There were different stages, I would say. So in the beginning, it was like my dad was playing guitar and he was playing a couple of songs, and I always thought that was fun, and I was a fan of rock music at that time.
So we're talking little David, being 9, being 8, 10.
No, it was actually later. It was a lot later. That was probably when I was around 12. So that's when I probably first picked up the guitar and learned a couple of chords, and fingers were hurting and all that stuff that usually happens. And then I did that for a couple of, I think 1 or 2 years maybe. Then I got a teacher.
What I was just about to ask, did you teach it yourself, like didactically?
I think my dad helped out in the beginning as much as he could. And then it got to a certain point where he also wanted to take up lessons again.
All right.
And then we said, okay, let's look for a teacher that can come over once a week and like teach both of us.
True.
And then I started getting better than my dad just because I was putting in way more time than him, because for him, it was a nice hobby doing it for 20 minutes a week. And it slowly became much more than that.
What did it become for you?
It became, I would say, like a good chunk of my life.
I'm very sorry.
Tobi's just too famous. He's getting TikTok notifications.
Ooh. Well, who doesn't nowadays, right?
Look at Mr. I'm famous
Mr.
on
Content
TikTok.
here.
Mr. Content.
Mr. Content contest.
I mean...
So, yeah.
Content so far, I think Mark is winning, I would say.
That's right. But we're drifting off.
Drifting off. I'm sorry.
So what, playing the guitar was more than...
Right. It kind of became a good chunk of my life where I went to school, did some stuff with the few friends I had, small friend circle, and then also played guitar for like 2 hours every night, as far as I can remember.
Okay. And you did that for how long?
When I was around, I would say 14 to 16, roughly. I'm probably getting some of these wrong, but 14 till 17, something like that.
Okay. Every day, more or less.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty much every day. And then that's when I got like my first interface from my guitar teacher. It was like super cheap thing. You just use it.
But that's totally okay.
That was fine. I made some actually pretty cool ideas. Of course, it was produced terribly, but some of the ideas were cool. And that was really a lot of fun. And then
sorry, go ahead.
I got into some of the more guitar virtuosos, I would say. And that's when I first got to the point where I was like, I'm never going to be able to do this.
Do you happen to know Yngwie Malmsteen?
Yngwie Malmsteen.
I'm sorry.
Yes,
I do love his music.
Yngwie is great.
That's
He's
guitar
an
music.
asshole. He
oh my boy, gosh!
Yeah,
Did you just say that?
Yeah,
live on Facebook.
Yeah, I think most people
tell us why.
Because I think he's still high on the couple of years of fame he had in the 80s. And there's other people who had the same experience, but didn't become dicks.
Personal encounter with him?
No.
Okay.
Never, but there's just too many stories out there to deny it, I think. And in interviews, I think you can kind of feel it. And was there ever a point for you? Because I think I saw it in my students that sometimes there are these points where you just are kind of a little bit crippled by self-doubt. I think that's always in the back of your mind, but sometimes you let it get to yourself a little bit more.
You mean like you'll never be as good as...
Yeah, I'll never be able to do that. I'll never be that famous. Right. I'll never be that good.
Well, you can look at this from the I'll never be as good as perspective, or you look at it from you're allowed to stand on the shoulders of giants. I think I pulled that one in another interview we had. I mean, like, those people give you something that took them years of, experience and of course, you will never ever be able to do exactly that same, but, just take it, accept it, and allow yourself to, immerse yourself into that, but then also don't, like you said, don't feel that it's not your pressure unless you make it your pressure.
And I think that's, not to minimize your point, but that's pretty easy to say once you've gone through it a couple of times.
I do have a lot of those catchphrases, and sometimes I just rush them out.
Well, no, I think it's fine, and it helps people that might be in that situation. But when you are in that situation,
then it's no
fun
at all. You're totally right. You're right.
I think that's a different thing. And did you personally ever get to a point where you kind of were that like, okay, I'm just gonna, I don't know.
Fuck it,
and I'm just gonna do something else.
Yeah, actually, I am right now, cause okay, spicy topic. No, right now just started songwriting again. Have an upcoming gig, and will be like with live elements, right? That's new to me, apart from DJing and producing at home and playing that. Easy.
Doing it live is different.
Doing it live is different, and this is what I experience right now. Is it like, the pain of doing something new for the very first time, that insecurity, that pressure? This is not nice, but once you win or fail, right? No matter how things end up, hopefully one wins. You've learned something. This is what I'm after, but the process can be quite
draining. I would call it. Did you? Well, I mean, I was gonna ask, did you give yourself some pressure?
Yes.
But then on the other hand, it's a live gig, so you kind of have that date when you know everything has to be done, and I'm gonna have to play live.
And I'm very thankful for that date, because now you really have to deliver on that date.
I think that's such a great point I just brought up. I mean, what can I do?
It's just
I'm not getting paid for nothing. I don't know what else to say. I don't know what else to say. Okay.
But what point is it?
The point is that the reason I brought all of this up, this whole producing thing and making music, was actually because you've been doing it quite a lot this week.
Oh yeah.
So that's why.
And I was really uneasy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Tobi needed to chill.
Oh boy,
Tobi needed to chill.
This was the catchphrase du jour. Really, Tobi, chill. And I did not chill. No, did not.
I think we're getting there.
Yeah, it is. I had like internal rehearsal time today, and looks okay-ish. So tomorrow,
from your perspective, it looks okay.
That's right.
From the audience perspective, it might look amazing.
It might look disastrously good.
But it might also look disastrously amazing.
All right. See, here we go. Me telling you 10 minutes ago, it's totally easy, just relax. And now I'm here,
That's what I mean.
Tables have turned.
That's what I mean with, like, if you're in the situation, it feels like you can't really get out of it and stuff, but that's why we're here talking about it, man.
What would be your solution to a situation like this?
I have no idea. I really don't know.
What about merciless exercising and checking and double checking and training?
Not for me.
No?
Because I don't have the patience for it, first of all. And the more I check, the more mistakes I find, and the more it's like I can do that better and I can do that better. And that's why I think it's good if you do play live and you know that, okay, we're a band, we're rehearsing, or I'm a producer and I have a gig with a singer. I'm going to have to DJ. At this date, I'm going to get 5 remixes done and 3 originals. That's what's going to happen. And you don't set yourself that due date, because if I set myself a due date, I'll just forget about it. And
you would cheat on yourself.
Yeah, sure. I would just, if I told myself I'm going to have it done by tomorrow and there's no outside pressure, I could just as well just go home and go to sleep.
You could.
So when you do have that outside pressure, I think for a lot of people it really helps. Because you're forced to get shit done.
That's right. But now looking at you, I mean, like, so you're interning here, and really, David is the one to open up the studio and the office in the morning, and he's the one to leave at night, and he does so for 6.5 days per week, right? There is no outside pressure. What is your internal motivation? Don't want to put that under the pressure point, but
yeah, very good point. Man, this is getting deep.
I mean,
it's getting deep.
Credits to that guy, really.
Thank you. Really appreciate it, but I think in this case I don't have to give myself any pressure. Because it's just the natural thing to do for me.
But why?
Why not?
What else is there?
Exactly.
All right.
Okay, so I know I want to do something with, I don't even want to say music because I also like making videos. I like doing photography, that kind of stuff. But I want to do something in the realm of
media. All right.
And there are easier industries to get into, I would say, if you want to get a job as an IT consultant or developer.
There are easier industries and industries that pay much better as well.
Yes, exactly. Absolutely right. But I mean, I don't really, I don't know what's the choice here. Like what would be the choice? For a lot of people, there is a choice. For me, there isn't. There really isn't.
So you're driven by passion, is that right, for music?
Not just music. It's whatever is fun to me at the moment.
Oh, okay.
And like half a year ago, that was a little bit more on the video side, a little less music. And right now, it's a little bit more music, still video, but a little bit more music.
True. I mean, and there's access. We have access to that nice place. So sure.
Yeah, we got cameras, we got lights, we got a music studio here. So I don't know, what else would I be doing on a Sunday?
Curing your hangover.
Yeah, but why would I have a hangover?
Because you went out partying on a Saturday night.
Yeah, but that's not what I want to do.
See? But a lot of people do that.
Yeah, and I mean, that's fine. But then...
But why don't you like it? Or not? Why do you prefer not to do that? Which is quite unusual for someone in his 20s.
Yeah, I think that's fair to say.
And that was put nicely, wasn't it?
Probably a lazy millennial bastard.
No. Oh my goodness.
I set a timer to restart the camera, so that's exactly what I'm going to do right now.
Ha! Funny stuff happening. Look, it's a dog.
Oh my God, it's a puppy.
God. It's a puppy.
Posted by Moby, of course.
Moby, if you happen to see that, this is, I'm the 200th heart for that
my God.
puppy doggy.
But Toby, it was getting so deep.
Yeah.
Now we got less deep. I want to be deep.
Let's be deep again. Why can't you behave like a normal guy in his 20s?
Why do you have to be so weird about it?
Rude. I'm German and I'm rude. And I say that with admiration. That's very. There's no. Honestly, I don't ask myself that question. But taking the outsider's perspective on us nerds sitting in that box all day long, twisting knobs. Why?
I don't know if I can give honestly, I don't know if I can give an answer to that. I think one of the things is because I grew up as an only child, so I was never used to having lots of people around me. But that's just part of it because there's lots of only childs that do a lot of going out and partying. So
it's true. I mean, like guitars impress girls. This is something.
No. Honestly, not at all. Not at all.
All right.
Because here's the thing. It didn't help. It kind of did. So my girlfriend right now, she saw me at a talent show.
At what talent show? Tell me about that.
Okay, so that's another chapter of my life. If you want to tell me something about you, please go ahead.
I'll jump in whenever. But you
keep asking questions.
What kind of talent show?
I'm all leaned back. I'm chill, man.
Yeah, you chill.
I'm
you
chill.
chilled.
Toby chill.
You chilled.
I was an exchange student in the U.S. From when I was 17 till when I was 18, so pretty much a full year, 11 months, something like that. And American high schools are quite different than European ones.
Let me just throw that in. Never been to been to the States once, but wasn't at any sort of college, just for fun. And
where'd you
go? Inbound Boston and left at New York. So basically,
like Northeast.
Yeah,
Mm.
the New England
New England,
states.
right, right.
But what I was gonna say, I know the U.S. college thing only from the movies. Like
Mhm.
you have the nerds, you have the cheerleaders, you have
Sure.
the sports guys, and I love Breakfast Club, as you can see. But now, tell me, the movie.
Sure. I understand. I got that.
Yeah, you
I
got
got
that. But did you get that? No, just kidding. So how is life at a college in the States?
High school. I was
High
in
school, sorry.
Yeah.
So
It's pretty much
high
the
school,
same.
college.
There's the things you know from the movies.
Mm.
Some of them are true. Some of them aren't.
Mm.
I actually think a lot of them are true. So Hollywood got it pretty straight this time. The whole click thing isn't as, I would say, as prominent as they portray it.
So it's not as separated as
No,
it's being
it's not. I
portrayed.
think it's actually way more mixed through
Mm.
than European schools because,
Mm-hmm.
and for, I mean, I don't know why we're telling this to our English speaking audience, but I'm sure there's a lot of other people listening too. Drop where you're from. I'm actually curious about this because on Facebook we don't really see that well where people are from. I think on the organic posts. So yeah, drop where you're from. I saw one guy from India. What's up, India in the house? So to our international audience, I think it gets way more mixed through because you switch classes, not the teacher. So in Europe, you're in a classroom and the teacher comes in one after another. One teaches math, one teaches German,
All right.
and so on. And they don't really have classes; they have courses. And so you can take English 4, and then you go out of that room, and then you have 5 minutes to go to Math 102, and then you have 4 minutes to go to Drama and Theater, and then you have 5 minutes to go to Photoshop Essentials. And so I hung out with some sports kids because I took a bowling class. That was actually a
a bowling class.
That was a bowling class you could take.
Not bad.
And
Okay.
you could take individual sports, soccer, whatever. So I got to hang out with those kids. And then I took jazz band, so I hung out with some jazz kids. And I took Photoshop, which was really interesting. That's where I got into the whole video and photo thing. That's where it all started.
Where it all started.
Yep. And that's also where I figured out, just like, hey, this arts thing, people are actually telling me, like, most people that told me that arts is actually something that you can go into were pretty realistic about it, which I think was very, very healthy for me at that point.
True. What about your parents? Were they like, oh, don't touch any art classes because it won't get you anywhere?
No, not really. They were always... I played theater since I was like, I think 10 or something.
Okay.
They were always really supportive about that. But going into it professionally was a different thing. And because, there's a difference.
This is where the fun stops.
Yeah, exactly. So there's a difference between taking a theater class in your one exchange year abroad, who nobody cares about what classes you took.
Right.
Or saying, I'm going to do this for a living for a long time.
But to wrap things up, there was a talent show.
Oh, yeah. Come back to the talent show. So,
yes.
I played guitar in the talent show. And that's how I met my girlfriend, because she just started talking to me afterwards.
How dare she?
Yeah. How dare you?
How dare she? Sorry.
How dare she, yeah?
How dare she? Yeah, sometimes my English
Sure.
is
Oh,
funny.
you can say that. Americans butcher their own language enough. There's nothing we can do.
Okay.
And yeah, so that tied into the whole thing, and then music became much more serious to me.
Okay. So, but it's a natural drive. You do simply have that.
Oh, I don't have to force myself to do any of this.
No, if we were to force us, then if I was to force me, I would go for something that pays me infinite money. Stuff.
if I had to do a job that I didn't want to do,
Yeah.
I want to make the dough.
The what?
The dough. The bread.
Ah, sorry. I haven't been to the States as long as...
He don't know slang.
No. He don't know slang. He's stupid.
He ain't urban like me.
No. Stupid white boy. That's me.
That's Tobi. Anyway, so
Yeah.
if I had to force myself to do something like engineering, I want to get rich.
Oh, yeah. Same here.
That's why else do it.
Same here. I always I go like, if there's a next life, another level after this, gonna be an architect. I'm gonna be a firefighter. And I also want to be, what else do I want to be? Don't know, forgot. But at least,
Can't be that important.
no, can't be that important. Yeah, but architect, that would be something. Next time,
Next time.
if there's a next time.
Oh,
Yeah.
there's gonna be a next
Oh,
time.
there is. Is there?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure about it.
That's deep talk now.
That's deep.
That's
talk.
deep talk.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else? I actually wanted to ask you, why are you still doing this?
Why?
Well, you asked me why I'm doing it, so I'm gonna ask you why you're doing it. Now you can lean back and chill, Tobi.
Oh yeah. I can't. I'm under pressure.
Also, your microphone's on a stand, so
Yeah, that's true. But I keep on fiddling so I can really, it catches everything I say.
all the smart stuff.
Why am I in a mixing and mastering studio? Well, easy. I spent way too long working as a light jockey in a club. So no music at all, apart from consuming music. Then I switched from light to music.
Yeah.
Because 10 years ago, I took classes over there in Frankfurt, on music production. It was a 3-day course. And I don't know what I expected from that, but it was fun. I mean, like, what do you expect?
I'm gonna become David Guetta.
Yeah, in 3 days. That was awesome. Of course.
Be realistic.
Yeah, let's be realistic. And the result was, so I took that class and it was fun. And I simply had fun making music. That lasted for 2 years when I found out that I really have to speed up because within 2 years, with my fun attitude of making music, I finished 3 tracks. I finished 3 tracks in the sense of I produced them, not mixed or mastered them. Didn't know that existed. All right.
I think a lot of producers, when they get into it, probably don't.
So it was.
Or they do it themselves nowadays.
But back then, in the old days,
Back.
10 years ago, it was a different time. Back then.
I'm sure it was.
Yeah, young boy can't remember.
I remember.
Yeah. Once you get, you reach my age, you'll know. Woo-hoo. Okay, pop. Bottom line, there was a time when there was a lot of fun making music, simply writing, and then I encountered limitations of not knowing music theory, and I still don't know a lot, but I know enough to know what fits, right? And I know, so I had that time I had to catch up music theory, taught it myself for another 2 or 3 years. So we're talking 5 years of just fiddling around. And then I've always had the tendency I want to know as much as possible on any topic. And since
that you're interested in.
That I'm
point.
interested
Yeah.
in. So, and has been music for years. So I knew how to produce. Well, I thought I knew how to produce music.
Yep.
But then it was what's after songwriting and recording it, it's mixing. So I looked around, came across that Your Mix Sucks book, found it was the very best there is.
Money can buy.
That money can buy. Took a lot of other courses.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Music Pool Berlin. You guys helped me a lot. I owe you a lot.
Didn't we visit that?
Oh yeah, we
that
did.
Place?
Yes, we did.
I remember. Yeah.
That
seemed very cool. Yeah.
brick wall thingy there.
I remember.
So I owe you guys a lot. You helped me a lot. A lot of sources of information.
Shout out.
Watch tons of YouTube videos. Yeah, what's the problem with YouTube videos? I mean, like you look at a problem from a certain perspective, and only it's just a cutout of the entire process of mixing. You can't really do that. Anyhow, I came across that book, and Also in the personal life was time to okay, let's skip the day job and the real life and make that real, and it's still real, and I love it. So that's okay. I love it.
So that's why you do it.
That's why I do it. Love it. So
I think that's a very good answer to why you should be doing something. But
and the other way around, if you love something but you don't do it yet, ask yourself why you are not doing it yet.
Exactly.
And,
Absolutely.
And there might be reasons why. I mean, like maybe you've been brought up with the attitude that, yeah, you can't make a living with music, or you can't. You simply don't do that, right? It's a bad thing.
I wouldn't even like.
Let me just finish
sure.
that
Go
sentence. So, ask yourself, what is keeping whatever it is. It not even.
Yeah, that was my point.
Yeah,
it doesn't
not
have to be music.
No,
whatever it is.
whatever it is.
Yep.
Ask yourself, is it an outside reason? Is it something that comes from the outside, was forced upon you? Is it something maybe you've already internalized because you keep telling yourself, no, I can't do this? Or because if you really want to, there's always a way. There is. Totally convinced about this.
I would say for everybody who's watching this, there's a way. There are people in the world who don't have a choice.
That's right.
So I just want to keep it 100. But I would say for everybody who has the ability to watch this right now, or whenever we release it, there's a way.
There is a way, and like you said, they're. I mean, we're extremely blessed, you know.
Yep.
So
to be able to choose what we want to do and what we like to do.
Exactly. So yeah, you're totally right. Putting that in perspective.
Yep.
Was there anything else I wanted to say? There was something, but it's talk is easy, talk is cheap. So it, like I just said, it took me years to figure out that, to be honest to myself, that this is what I really want to do, and then I did it. But it took me years. So
I think that's normal. I don't want to say in my experience because I don't want to pretend.
Are you a life coach?
I don't want to pretend I'm a life coach. But from what I've seen so far around me, what was my point? Now I forgot my point.
Cut.
What were we talking about?
Cut.
God, this is going nowhere.
What you've seen. Relax, chill. What you've seen. Chill, dude. So, your experience when it comes to passion and following a passion and the limits to that. Doesn't ring a bell? No?
Not really. Well, I guess that's the live stream. I'm sorry, but this is the ending was nobody's watching at this point anyways.
We gotta cut it.
We gotta cut it now.
Yeah.
All right, I think that was
quite something.
Different.
It was different.
Let's call it different.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Different.
Deep and different.
Deep and different.
Sounds wrong.
Different and deep. Yeah, we'll get back to the regularly scheduled programming of mixing, mastering, and production tips.
That's right.
Also, I think we've talked about it. We do want to get more into production.
Oh yeah. Heard that. Yeah.
So maybe this was a good intro to that whole thing, because it was more like the psychological component of making music and producing.
Yeah, but this is what you were after. I mean, like.
Yeah, sure. No, absolutely.
No. Really trying to bring up that idea in your head again, because you were so close to saying, what. So if there's anything which holds you back, and if you, like David said, if you happen to be in the situation of you can actually choose what you want to do, ask yourself what is holding you back, and but try to be honest to you. I sometimes cheat on myself internally.
I think everybody does. I think it would be foolish. I think that was my point. It would be dumb to say that everybody has it figured out immediately.
I want to meet that guy or that girl who has figured out everything.
A lot of people may seem like they have it all figured out, and that's why I think it's important to, just a small example, but post a lot of shit that might seem
smart,
weird. Nah, I think that might seem kind of irrelevant to you, but it comes across as very real. Quick little story, then we're gonna end this. You asked me, or you said it was kind of cool that I wanted to post on Instagram that we have squeaky chairs.
Yeah.
So that's exactly why. Because I don't want people to think that this studio has it all figured out and that it's all perfect and that everybody just gets here and
the low end is quite good, but the chairs are squeaky.
The chairs are squeaky. Look, guys, it's a normal studio. We're not perfect. Not everything's working all the time. There's cables laying around. There's more trash laying around that most people probably would want to, but that's how it is. And if you have a bedroom studio with crappy low end, then post about that. Don't pretend like it's a perfect recording studio that Rihanna's going to come into.
No, it's not. Right. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
So now you know my reasoning behind it. And
not really. So to give you a bit more of context, like you heard, we have squeaky chairs. And we actually posted and tagged chair producing companies.
IKEA, they actually saw it and liked it, which is hilarious.
But we still don't have new chairs yet.
IKEA, sponsor us.
But I was like, David, are you sure? Do you really want to share that and shout that out?
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
And I was a little bit like, might look stupid. I mean, like.
Yeah, it might.
Yeah, true. Like, why pretending we have chairs that don't squeak if we have them?
Yeah.
I think that's a very good bottom line here.
And with that, with the squeaky chairs, we're gonna, I think, shut it down.
Shut it down, lean back, and gonna finish production.
Watch Netflix, fix the mix.
Amen.
All right. Thanks, everybody, for watching. This is probably gonna be a podcast, too. So find us on Spotify, Anchor, Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen to podcasts, Google Podcasts.
Join us on Instagram. Join us on
YouTube,
TikTok,
LinkedIn.
Anything else? WhatsApp, and
we also have a newsletter.
And that text thingy.
We're keeping it kind of closed off a little bit because we want to keep it pretty personal with the people that are in it. And we send out a newsletter, and everybody who's answered that, or you can, if you got one, if you got a newsletter from us and you want to join that, look through that. But we're keeping it pretty compact at the moment because low key because we really want to get to know the people who are in our customer base and in that text group. So I'm sure we're going to expand it at some point, but for now, we just started it, I think, the other day.
That's right.
So
2 days ago.
It's coming.
But plenty of opportunities. DM us. Just reach out.
Always.
Yeah. We are very happy and actually real people. So we answer stuff.
We don't know things.
And we answer stuff.
We don't know about anything about. Okay. Well, thank you for watching, and
goodbye.
Until next time. Bye.